The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 4 graded stakes from opening day at Santa Anita, including the first Grade 1 winner for a 22-year-old trainer in the Malibu Stakes and the latest Grade 1 victory for a Hall of Fame trainer in the BREA Stakes. We begin with sprinters at Aqueduct and the Gravesend Stakes. STAKES-Walkin Dude, the even money favorite, John Embrial picks up the call.
Tightly packed group after an opening quarter in 23 1/5 seconds, and it is Green Grotto, the leader here by a length. Life in Shambles on the outside in second. And now gaining ground is All-Star Red, who moves up on the outside into third. Summer Revolutions down at the rail, then Spring to the Sky, followed by Low Key's Vengeance. STAKES-Walkin Dude is seventh at this point. And the trailer at the back of the pack is Drama King as they enter the stretch. The half went in 47 1. It is Green Grotto, Life in Shambles, All-Star Red on the outside, and now STAKES-Walkin Dude is coming on down towards the rail. Here comes STAKES-Walkin Dude with a big move to take over the lead as they pass the 16th pole. It's STAKES-Walkin Dude, and he's won the Gravesend as the even money favorite.
STAKES-Walkin Dude rallies along the rail to defeat Green Grotto by 2 lengths. Arad Ortiz Jr. aboard the Florida-bred in 1:11 4. STAKES-Walkin Dude has won or placed in a dozen stakes and has earned over $1 million since trainer and co-owner David Jacobson claimed the Sprint Star for $16,000 just over 2 years ago. STAKES-Walkin Dude has a bankroll of $1,188,000. Jacobson owns the winner along with Head of Plains Partners. The 6-year-old gelding by City Place was bred in Florida by Maria Hare. Florida-breds, race 'em or chase 'em. To Fairgrounds for turf spreaders in the BONAPAW Stakes. Green Mask, the even money favorite, John G. Dooley has the call.
They round the turn. It's Latent Revenge coming toward the quarter pole. Leads Green Mask, who now zeroes in on this leader. With Small Fortune joined toward the inside by Chamono. Wind Lion wins straightened away in 5th. Grand Candy 6th up the inside. Buchero down the center of the course along with Hoagie. Then Almasty. Shadow Rock. We trail back to Great Wide Open. Half mile in 45 and 3/5 seconds. It's Green Mask charging after Latent Revenge as they come past the 16th with Grand Candy 3rd. Green Mask and Latent Revenge. Green Mask outside of Latent Revenge. Green Mask!
Race favorite Green Mask gets up to defeat 13-1 Latent Revenge by a neck. Robbie Alvarado aboard the OBS Sales Graduate in 103 flat. The Brad Cox trainee was coming off a 5th place finish in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. The 5-year-old gelding by Mizzen Mast was bred in Kentucky by DJ Stable and was a $150,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Green Mask has earned $600,000 for Abdullah Saeed Almada. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the 2017 sales. To Santa Anita for turf sprinters and the Grade 3 San Simeon Stakes. Richard's Boy, the 4-1 favorite, Michael Rona has the call.
As they come down past the quarter pole towards the crossing, it's Hobbit's Hero just in front, joined by Acceptance, and Stormy Liberal creeping through underneath. This pair has taken the lead now with 3/16 to go. Holy Loot Betty's Bambino next from Richard's Boy at the 8th pole, and Stormy Liberal with a 2-length lead. Here comes Betty's Bambino down the middle of the course, and Betty's Bambino resuming his love affair with the hillside course at the Great Race Place, comes away, wins brilliantly off a 22-month layoff.
Betty's Bambino is sharp off a nearly 2-year break, defeating Stormy Liberal by 2 1/4 lengths. Joel Rosario aboard in 1:11 4. The Peter Urton trainee making his first start since defeating Statebreds in the Sensational Star Stakes over the course in February 2015. The California-bred 6-year-old gelding by Unusual Heat, now 6 for 7, sprinting down the hill at Santa Anita. Betty's Bambino has earned $378,000 for Sharon Alicia, Brand Jam Stable, and Challier Racing. Back to Fairgrounds for turf horses in the Buddy DILIBERTO Memorial Stakes. Chocolate Ride, a 6-time winner over the course, the 6-5 favorite. Once again, here's John G. Dooley.
They head toward the half-mile pole. Sky Flight out in front. So David Flores has the point with Sky Flight. 4 furlongs to go. The half mile for Sky Flight, 48 and 3/5 seconds. Ibaka tracks. Right there, Chocolate Ride, and outside that, Western Reserve. Granny's Kitten in the red cap is 5 from the front to 3 furlongs from home. Pumpkin rumble between horses. Bellamore's quickening outside rivals. Bellamore has 6 lengths to come. Our Great Adventure being ridden to assert. Glorious Empire, Golden Soul's been traveling wide. Greengrass, Wyoming behind horses, and Oakton was last as they straightened past the quarter pole. 3/4, 1 minute 13 and 1/5 seconds. Western Reserve. Here's Granny's Kitten's charge. Chocolate Ride is staying on toward the inside. Ibaka, Skyflight drop back, and Pumpkin Rumble. Greengrass of Wyoming, Bellamore on the far outside. It's Western Reserve, and Granny's Kitten, Chocolate Ride. Greengrass of Wyoming looks to join on the line. Western Reserve.
Western Reserve takes the blanket finish by a nose over Greengrass of Wyoming, who has a nose on Granny's Kitten. Sean Bridgmahan aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 143 and 1. Formerly trained by Bill Mott, Western Reserve making his first start for Brad Cox. The 4-year-old gelding by Indian Charlie was bred in Kentucky by Judd Mott Farms and was purchased by Mark DeTemple for $87,000 at the 2016 Keeneland November sale. Western Reserve has earned $211,000. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
It's Run Happy in front. Run Happy has won the NYRA.com King's Bishop by 4. Run Happy has won the sprint. What a racehorse. A new track record.
Run Happy with a dominant victory in the Malibu.
Castleton Farm has a long and distinguished history as one of America's great horse farms, having reared multiple champions over the years. Situated on 1,100 acres, some of the finest bluegrass Kentucky has to offer, with 15 barns, including an isolation farm, providing full-service boarding. Castleton has a depth of professional experience coupled with passion for the thoroughbred horse and is dedicated to providing the most professional boarding experience possible in the thoroughbred industry. Kentucky's premier thoroughbred boarding, Castleton.
And now, a Florida thoroughbred history moment. In 1956, a small, feisty horse from Florida named Needles and his owners Jack Dudley and Bonnie Heath shocked the racing world, winning the Kentucky Derby. Needles proved that champions with modest pedigrees could be grown in the Sunshine State, thanks to the limestone-rich soil and spring water. His wild acclaim created the horse capital of the world that we know today. This has been a Florida thoroughbred history moment.
Not since Danzig has a stallion seen this much early success. He's not just setting records, he's making history. The best started stud ever. Uncle Mo, the momentum continues.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with more stakes action from Fairgrounds in this segment. We begin with the Tenacious Stakes. Dazzling Jim, the 2-to-1 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
Sean Bridgmahan at the helm with Financial Modeling, who's in front here of Honorable Duty with a half mile to go. Then on the outside is Fear the Cowboy, third and creeping into this. Great Minds Between Horses. Rajeb, fifth toward the rail, held up as they enter the turn. Dazzling Gem starting to gain ground on the outside for Joseph Rocco Jr. Now this is 3 furlongs from home. Half mile in 47 and 3/5 seconds. Financial Modeling just leans. Fear the Cowboy ridden to challenge. Dazzling Gem looms on the outside. He's in front. Honorable Duty. On the outside, the Truth or Else now being ridden with a whip by Florent Giroux. Great Minds was switched out. Rajeb and Televerve was last as they straightened. 3/4 in 1 minute 12 and 2 seconds. Financial Modeling. Dazzling Gem. Toward the inside is Honorable Duty, who's staying on it, is now switched out for a clear challenge. Right there, Raja battling away. He's in front toward the rail. Dead game, Honorable Duty today. It's Honorable Duty for James Graham. Honorable Duty, big finish to land the Tenacious Stakes.
6-1 Honorable Duty by Windstar Farm Stallion Distorted Humor rallies to defeat 44-1 Longshot Rajeb by 3/4 of a length. James Graham aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 142-1. The first stakes victory for Honorable Duty, who has won 4 of 7 starts during the year for trainer Brendan Walsh. The 4-year-old gelding was bred in Kentucky by Juddmonte Farms and was acquired by Dars Incorporated for $130,000 at the 2015 Keeneland November sale. Honorable Duty has earned $186,000. Darby Dan Farm Stallion Dialed In, the #1 first crop sire in North America in 2016. Dialed In led all freshman sires by earnings, wins, and percentage of winners from starters, and his 19 two-year-old winners ranked second in his sire crop. Fillies and mares at Fairgrounds and the Tiffany Last Stakes include Betty, the 1-2 favorite. Once again, here's John G. Dooley.
It's Cinnamon Spice who dictates the stakes quintet, with Danzatrice second and close up. On the outside, include Betty vying for third, with Street Thunder closer toward the rail, and Rosie My Rosie remains fifth and a long-looking last. The half mile was posted in 47 and 2/5 seconds, just over 3 furlongs to go. Cinnamon Spice and Danzatrice challenging now. Cinnamon Spice, Danzatrice's nosed in front, midpoint on the turn. Include Betty third and right there in close range. It's Danzatrice who turns in front, then Rosie My Rosie and Street Thunders drop back to last. Under a quarter to go, it's Danzatrice. 3/4 up in 1 minute 12 and 1/5 seconds. 3/16 to go. Danzatrice leads include Betty by 3. Cinnamon Spice toward the inside drops back. Rosie My Rosie charging on the outside. Then Street Thunder. They come past the 16th with Florent Giroux. It's the Dunkirk filly. It's Danzatrice in the Tiffany Last Stakes. Danzatrice, a worthy winner today.
3-1 second choice Danzatrice draws off to defeat include Betty by 7 1/4 lengths. Florent Giroux aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 142-2. Winner of the Park Oaks at 3, the Steve Asmussen trainee, makes it 2 wins and 3 starts off a 15-month layoff. The 4-year-old filly by Dunkirk was bred in Kentucky by Glenn Justice. A $5,500 Keeneland November weanling and a $105,000 OBS April 2-year-old, Danzatrice has earned nearly $228,000 for Gainesway Stable. Spendthrift Farm Stallion Shaking It Up, a brilliant Grade 1 winning 3-year-old in the mold of his sire, Midnight Loot. Shaking It Up is the only horse in over 40 years to capture Santa Anita San Vicente at Malibu Stakes at 3 and return to win the Stroop Stakes at 4. Shaking It Up will participate in Spendthrift's Breed Secure program in 2017.
Danza and Permanent Captain streaking onto the line together, and Danza wins by a half length.
And Danza is the leader of the Arkansas Derby in a sparkling performance, is making short work of the Arkansas Derby field. Danza is the boss as he wins by 5.
And Go Zepper is pulling away. Go Zepper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Zepper kicking clear. Shaman goes.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
A Florida-bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida-bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes coming up in the segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. Turf 3-year-olds at Santa Anita and the Grade 2 Mathis Brothers Mile. Conquest Enforcer, the 9-5 favorite. Michael Rona has the call.
Less than 6 furlongs from home, and Conquest Enforcer has the lead by a half length. Blackout sitting outside of him second, and the pace is rapid. They're 2.5 lengths in front of Blackjack Cat and Defiantly. Tusk now getting in fifth, one off the rail. To his inside is Moonlight Drive as they pass the 5/8. 2 lengths to Frank Conversation. Middersill well back in the field with Isotherm, and Path of David last of all at the half-mile pole. It's Conquest Enforcer just the leader, still being pressed by Blackout. A length and a half to Blackjack Cat Defiantly. Tusk is a 3 wide fifth with 3/8 to go, and then Moonlight Drive, Frank Conversation, Middersill on the inside of Isotherm, Path of David last at the 5/16 pole. Little separating Conquest Enforcer and Blackouts. The former stablemates swinging for home together by 2 lengths to Blackjack Cat Defiantly. Middersill making up valuable ground near the inside, and deeper out Moonlight Drive starting to run on well past the 8th pole, and Conquest Enforcer leads by a length and a half. Middersill getting into second, and down the outside is Moonlight Drive finishing on well, but Conquest Enforcer still in front. Conquest Enforcer, a successful California debut.
In his first start for his new connections, Conquest Enforcer by Spendthrift Farm Stag and Indemistiff scores by a length and a quarter over Middersill. Flavian Pratt aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:33 3. A 4-time stakes winner for trainer Mark Cassie, the Ontario-bred colt was purchased for $785,000 out of the Conquest Stables dispersal at the 2016 Keeneland November sale. Phil D'Amato trains the winner for Lutz Racing and Partners. Conquest Enforcer has earned $480,000. Access Thoroughbred Week replays every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. To Gulfstream Park for 3-year-olds in the TAMARAC Stakes. Zulu, the 1-2 favorite. Peter Aiello picks up the call.
They round the far turn through a 22-second opening quarter. On top, 7 Cents has the lead by 3 parts of a length. Extravagant Kid is second. Castellano getting a bit more serious on Zulu. Third, 3 wide at the 5/16. Icatiro back fourth, followed by Wave Warrior. Yellow Chips is commencing a rally from out of last place, and now trailing is Fearless Dragon. They run to the top of the stretch, and Castellano says go on Zulu, and he takes the lead. From the back, Yellow Chips is a stretch danger, and Icatiro's into the clear with 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Zulu on top by 2.5. Yellow Chips is shifting in. Fearless Dragon's up the inside, but as they come to deep stretch, it's Zulu in front. Yellow Chips is gaining, but not quickly enough. Well prepared off the long layoff. Here's Zulu to win it.
Odds-on favorite Zulu is sharp off an 8-month layoff, defeating Yellow Chips by 2 3/4 lengths. Javier Castellano aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:22 flat. Runner-up to Mo Heyman and the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth Stakes. The Todd Pletcher trainee went to the sidelines after finishing 12th as the favorite in the Grade 1 Bluegrass Stakes. The colt by Bernardini was bred in Kentucky by Ron Majors and Robert Marcascio and was a $400,000 Keeneland September yearling. A $900,000 2-year-old, Zulu has earned nearly $165,000 for Stone Street Stables, Susan Magner, Michael Tabor, and Derek Smith. Zulu paid $3 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. 3-year-old fillies at Gulfstream Park in the Margate Stakes. Banry, the 9-5 favorite. Once again, here's Peter Aiello.
Around the far turn they go. Dad's Kiddo has been in front for every step of the way. From the outside in second is Bodacious Babe. Back third inside Mo Green. Ridden hard from fourth and not gaining is Banry. Imperior down toward the inside. Then Sugar Cone and Little Priscilla. And Giddy Up will have to giddy up from there. Last of all, with a quarter of a mile to go. Bodacious Babe, very confidently handled by Nick Juarez, just took over and moves away by 2.5. Dad's Kiddo second, Mo Green third. Sugar Cone has horse, no place to work yet. Down the outside in My Awesome Mom. Eighth of a mile to go. Bodacious Babe roused on the top end and works with a 3-length lead. Mo Green clearly into second. The battle's on for third. Sugar Cone, My Awesome Mom, and Little Priscilla. But the Margate to Bodacious Babe.
Bodacious Babe, the winner by 3 1/4 lengths over Mo Green. My Awesome Mom third for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Nick Juarez aboard in 1:23 3. Bodacious Babe getting back on dirt after finishing 8th in the Sellers Shiraz Stakes on turf at Gulfstream Park West. The filly by Mineshaft was bred in Kentucky by Hubert Vester Jr. and was a $70,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by Jane Sibeli, Bodacious Babe has earned $110,000 for Panic Stable. To Santa Anita for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes. Lightstream, the 9-5 favorite. Once again, here's Michael Rona.
Racing. Finley's Lucky Charm is away splendidly from gate 3. Constellation is showing some dash, and so too is Kanaya with Perfect Pick down the outside and Older Grey slotting in midfield, unhurried in the early going. Lunar Empress on the inside, 4 lengths off the pace. Lightstream is back at the rear with Chow Chom as they link up with the main trap. And it's Kanaya with Finley's Lucky Charm, the joint leaders from Constellation, who's bustling through in the middle. And Older Grey now on the move out in the 5 path, looming within a length of the front, and Perfect Pick is in the mix, with Lunar Empress a close 6th on the rail with a half mile to go. 2 lengths to Lightstream, moving past Chow Chom. Finley's Lucky Charm on top. Constellation running second. Kanaya losing ground on that pair. Lunar Empress improving along the inside, and Older Grey is out deep with Perfect Pick. And 3 lengths Lightstream, and Chow Chom's been retired from the race with 5/16 left to go. It's Finley's Lucky Charm over Constellation, and Nola Grey, Lunar Empress just in behind them. Perfect Pick is a wide 5th, and then comes Kanaya. Lightstream with a mountain of work to do at the 3/16, where Finley's Lucky Charm is still in front from Constellation. Finley's Lucky Charm pulls away under the whip by a length and a half. Constellation is second from Lunar Empress and Nola Grey. Finley's Lucky Charm from Constellation, who's trying ever so gallantly. Finley's Lucky Charm tackled by Constellation, and Constellation nailed Finley's Lucky Charm in the La Brea.
12-1 Constellation runs down pace setter Finley's Lucky Charm by half a length. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. Flavian Pratt picking up the mount when David Flores' flight was delayed. Time of the race 1:21 4. A 10-length winner of the Ruthless Stakes for Steve Asmussen to open the season. Constellation making her second start for Hall of Fame trainer Jerry Hollendorfer. In her first start off a nearly 8-month layoff, she rolled to an easy victory in the City of Phoenix Stakes at Turf Paradise. The filly by Bellamy Road was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm. A $155,000 Keeneland September yearling turned $800,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Constellation has earned $479,000 for LNJ Foxwoods. Flavian Pratt with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Coming up, Mind Your Biscuits rises to the top.
But Bahamian Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity-Bird. Jackson Bend 4 outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions,
the 11th Triple Crown winner,
13 classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
From the world's leading thoroughbred auction house comes the first opportunity to find quality bloodstock in 2017. This January at Keeneland, find a diverse selection of offerings from yearlings and broodmares to breeding prospects and racing prospects. At the 2017 Keeneland January Horses of All Ages sale. Monday, January 9th through Friday, January 13th. Learn more at Keeneland.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Santa Anita for the Grade 1 Malibu Stakes. Bob Baffert sent out 3 starters, including 8-5 favorite 10 Blessings. Here's the call by Michael Rona.
Racing. And Jazzy Times is away brilliantly. Awesome Banner going fast with Sharp Azteca. Jazzy Times a narrow leader as they put the first furlong of the Malibu behind them. Then comes Who's Out, Mind Your Biscuits, 10 Blessings. More Spirit is out rather wide and even deeper to Horse Greedy, 4 lengths off the lead in a bunched field, and Semper Fortis the rail. At the 5/8 pole, Jazzy Times narrowly from Sharp Azteca. A length and a half Awesome Banner, followed on the inside by Mind Your Biscuits. 10 Blessings splits horses, Who's Out, the orange colours, and Semper Fortis creeping through into that group along the fence, and they're followed by More Spirit, and Horse Greedy drops out to the rear. 7 lengths front to back, and Sharp Azteca fully engages Jazzy Times with 3/8 to go and takes the lead by a head. They're 2 lengths clear of Mind Your Biscuits, close enough if good enough. Next is Awesome Banner from More Spirit. 10 Blessings following the rail and nudged along 5 from the lead. Who's Out between runners? Semper Fortis, Horse Greedy, the last couple. Heading for home, 3/16 to run. Sharp Azteca feels a left-handed whip. Leads a length and a half to Mind Your Biscuits and 2.5 lengths to 10 Blessings. Semper Fortis getting up on the inside. Awesome Banner, More Spirit next. Sharp Azteca now a right-handed whip at the 16th. As on the outside, here comes Mind Your Biscuits to gobble him up, and Mind Your Biscuits will draw clear and beat Sharp Azteca half a length in the Malibu Stakes.
Mind Your Biscuits circles the field to defeat Sharp Azteca by half a length. Joel Rosario aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:20.4. Mind Your Biscuits finished 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, but was awarded 2nd place money after Masochistic failed a post-race drug test. The colt by Posse was bred in New York by Jumping Jack Racing. The first Grade 1 victory for 22-year-old trainer Robert Falcone Jr. Mind Your Biscuits has earned $795,000 for J Stables and Head of Plains Partners. The winner was consigned by Allied Bloodstock to the 2014 Keeneland January sale, but the yearling colt was purchased by Markmer Hall for $47,000. Grade 1 Malibu Stakes winner Mind Your Biscuits, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Best wishes for a Happy New Year from all of us here at Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.